There is a ridiculous but sensible proposal by Thika Member of Parliament Alice Ng'ang'a asking that the law should be amended to allow members of parliament who come from highly populated or rather densely populated counties to vote twice in the National Assembly, and number two, also to get allocation of CDF doubled so that it can be proportional to the number of to the population in their constituencies. And this is a discussion that has been here for some time. It was during a public participation, and it seems to be saying, she said that this is not something absurd because in the US, there is something like that being practiced. I think those of our viewers from the States can help us confirm, or rather also share with us what exactly is it. Is it super states or super constituencies in America? She was talking about that. They are crying out, and it's about regrets. It's purely the discussion about the number of votes being proportionate to the amount of money that people are getting.
So mimi nataka kusema tukienda bunge, hata akiwa CDF, hata akiwa the constituency is not going to be divided after the review ya boundary ya IEBC. Wacha tuwe, hata America kuna wale wanaitangwa super constituencies. Super constituency inaendanga hivi ni moja, lakini population inagawanyishwa. Akiwa kule bunge, ule mbunge mwingine ambao ako na watu wachache ana vote mara moja. Mimi kifika maneno ya voting na vote mara mbili. Tuko pamoja? Akiwa ni CDF napatiwa mara mbili kulingana na population. Unaonaje hapo? Sawa. Unaonaje hapo? Sawa. Alice Wambui Ng'ang'a, member for Thika Town constituency. Koimburi wa Juja, Mheshimiwa Keng'ara wa Ruiru. Our population is too high kwa kupatio the same CDF na constituencies ziko na watu wachache sana. My 30 million shillings ya kugawanyisha watoto wangu, ukienda Kameno Primary School ama uende St. Patrick's Primary School ama uende hapa Kimusho ama Broadways ama Kianjao, the population ya watoto wetu wale walifanya class 8, it is very high. Watoto wetu wale wanafanya form 4, it is very high. Unaona nikigawanyisha pesa yangu haitoshi. It is a high time tuanze kufikiria hata akiwa sio constituency zitagawa pesa ya CDF tusipatiwe kulingana sitikaigana niyo tamagego.
Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. I want to say thank you very much for those who are supporting us from different parts of the world. We do this each and every day. We do this every day because of that support. I still remind you, January is a cervical cancer awareness month, and we're still joining that awareness to the women all over the world that take up this opportunity and do some screening, because that is the gist of that awareness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very ridiculous proposal, and I want us to unpack it a bit, then see what is the political interpretation, or what does this statement portray to what's coming next. I want us to take first the part of voting twice before you get to maybe doubling of the CDF kitty. Voting twice, what does that mean? That all those areas, we already have a situation where political parties, we have a representative democracy where our voices are represented by the leaders we choose. The members of parliament at the National Assembly, the senators at the Senate, and the county assembly, the MCS represent us, represent the will of the people. So that power, that's why you normally say that power that the leader you choose is exercising is a donated power. And after every 5 years, you'll go back to the ballot to make another decision whether he or she is going to continue or you are going to make a change. That power is donated power. So we already have a challenge where political parties will have a majority and minority. And there have been a difficult question in terms of who can put the government on check. The minority side, which is domiciled as the opposition, is supposed to put the government in check. But they don't have brakes. They don't have legal, they don't have the legal threshold to put brakes on what government is doing. For example, there could be bills that are taken to the National Assembly and the opposition feels it's not the right one. Or even things that maybe some policies that are coming from the cabinet, because the National Assembly is supposed to oversight. Actually, the National Assembly is supposed to oversight the executive and the Senate oversights the counties. So what does it mean? The minority side, they don't have the numbers to even stop a bill because from the standing orders, the majority weighing sense seems to have their way. So mostly they resort to press conferences and try to talk to the media to amplify and to say what the population is saying. And apart from that, they will also be maybe now thinking about protest and so. And that's what they resort to. So it has created what, according to me, is a winner takes all. That as much as we normally talk about opposition, but opposition doesn't offer the breaks. And when Ruto speaks about now, with already that arrangement, if you allow also MPs to vote twice, so what do we mean? Mount Kenya is highly populated, especially the town areas, the Kiambus, the Thikas, and so. And there are also highly populated areas from the Rift. So are we going to perpetuate the terrain of numbers, or rather, what is the rationale? If we have 290 constituencies, let's just let's leave on the nominated ones, just do 290. Amongst these 290, someone is supposed to vote twice. So is it not a disservice to the other person because it's one vote? Even those people who voted for the MP or MCS, it was one vote. So I find that a bit ridiculous. However, I pick the discussion on proportionality of the CDF to the number of to the population. And I want to use a very good example. I come from a constituency in Sia known as Alego Songa. And that place, oh my goodness, guys, that place is ridiculously big. The constituency, for those who are privy to, is Boro, Oranga, Karemo, the other side of Wulafu. It's big. It has a population of, according to last census, of 300,000 people. The voting population of around 80,000. So even if you are supposed to give the CDF kitty and even how it's going to help, it can't. It can't be professional. Not all of them can get. I remember when I was in high school, I used to get 3,000 shillings. And it's because, I got CDF by the way, it's because people are many. So you can't give 8, 10. So remember, The secondary school fees subsidy has been removed. So the fees payable is high. CDF is one of the kitties that is supporting to pay. So when it is low, when the fees has gone high, we are likely to see dropouts. Because I can tell you there are people that survive on CDF. You in Guinea, there are two things. CDF italipa, then the rest is just to talk with the principal. And principal understands. Now, this is what Uhuru proposed in the additional constituencies that was in his last days through the BBA process that was trashed. And I see that members of UDA wing could actually hijack the review process, constituency review process by IEBC in favor on the platform of political expediency. And that should not be it. Because, and in fact, I call upon other leaders from other regions that we are enviously jealous about Mount Kenya, but take it, give it to them. They are talking about the real issues. They're talking about it. But other leaders are a bit cagey. And before you know, they will grab the opportunities and run away with them. So other areas should also raise. My MP, Samatandi, then we were even willing to write a petition to this IEBC and find ways of addressing, bringing that into the light. So this is something that Uhuru Kenyatta proposed very keenly, that we needed to solve it. But because of politics, we decided to blind our eyes and not to look at this. So there are three observations I'm making from this. That Ruto might hijack IEBC process to create additional constituencies and beyond what IEBC, beyond the threshold or the limit, the stretch of IEBC. I know there is what IEBC is going to use, and I'm told there is a law and well down structures and parameters and different factors that are put before even additional constituents. There is even another mooted discussion about additional counties coming so that they can be brought to 52. That's also in the table. So it's a probability that is here. The other thing is Ruto will be forced to embrace a constitutional review discussion. That's what is coming out of this. That BBA was not a bad thing. We are all in agreement. But the court trashed it on the process. So far, because these factors, we are actually accepting that these were real factors. And Uhuru was talking about the real issues. So these were the things that were going to help. Construction of roads, so and so. But I think with additional constituencies, it's not even about the CDF. It's about resources. Resources that are going on there. Even if there is a hospital to be built, let's say there is a ward, there is now, there was a pledge to build TVET institution in every constituency. So if you have more constituencies, you're going to have more TVET institutions and going to accommodate many students. And that helps to bridge the gap, the distance of people moving long distance to get that quality education. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on double voting. No, proportional allocation of CDF to the number, to the population is yes, but it doesn't only pick a region. It should not be in political expediency. That's the challenge, that because of limited resources, we might just do some of these things for politics of optics. Let's meet in the next.